Hello, everyone. Thanks for checking out this video and this podcast. So, this is a video available in the member area on YouTube, youtube.com/fretprince, and also on the podcast, which is available on many different platforms. So, we're going to talk today about rhythms, working with this book called Factorial Rhythms. And if you have that book, I'm going to mainly be working on page 15 here. It's labeled Short Form 3 Attacks. And so we're going to kind of get into all this. I have some drum backing tracks lined up here, so I'm hoping that all goes well. But maybe I'll start out by playing a little bit here to get us going. All right, so that's a chord changes for a tune called Israel. So let's dive into this rhythm talk. So we're going to begin by looking at a few of the rhythms here, and the way this is divided out is that we have these rhythmic cells or seed rhythms is how it's talked about here. So we have these segments of rhythms, and then they are put together into groups. So you get two of them, and put that together. So the groups themselves are two beats. Okay, so similar to the previous talk that we did on this. So so it mentions these seed rhythms. So let's go over those. So I'm going to play C note here, C on the string 3, fret 5. Okay, and so it's going to be like this: 1, 2, 1, 2. Going to be focused on a swing feel. So I'll play that a little more with the swing feel. So 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, And then so the second one's gonna be 1, 2, 1, 2. Now, of course, these could be 1, 2, or 3 and 4. Okay, and then the third one, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, and then the fourth one here, we have 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. All right, so these are compiled here into these groups. So let's look at rhythm 1 paired with 2. Looks like I think that's how he's describing these here. So 1 paired with 2. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'll count 1, 2, 3, 4 now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now the way that we want to practice this to develop, technique is to pluck alternate picking. So down, down, up, down, up, down. Okay, so we're looking at that very first one, 1 and 2. Okay, and it looks like, all right, well, let's stick with that. I'm going to try to figure out kind of the logic behind the other shifts, or if, I don't know if they're just not labeled or what, but maybe they're offset by a half step. But we'll kind of figure that out here in a minute. But so let's see if we can play with that 1 and 2, and let's play with the rhythm track. I'm going to kind of cross my fingers and hope that this all works well, or well enough anyway. One, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so so that's how we might kind of fit into the drums with all that. So notice I'm getting my hand going back and forth here, and let's see if they'll give us a count in. And so what I'm going to do is randomize some of the notes. So rather than just C, I'll play some other notes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so when we come across these, some of these are going to be more interesting or maybe more fun or lay into the kind of sound that you want more than others. So and also they can become part of a larger phrase, and so we're going to repeat them just so to get the feel for them, but ultimately, we could switch in between some of these as well. So let's check this next group out. So this is 1 and 3. So from 1 and 3, so we have down, down, up, up. Okay, so this is part of the change here. Let's try that C again. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so we're getting the back and forth of the hand going, and trying to kind of lay into that rhythm again. So I'm going to play the drums here again, and we're going to play just C on that same rhythm. One, two, 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's a good opportunity not only to work at rhythmic accuracy, but also when you go to repeat it, just really try to feel how you're relating to the drums, and how you're fitting into that. And you can purposely push forward, pull back, and try to sit right in the center with the beat, and try to listen in particular to the ride cymbal, and in general, see where you lay in with that. So for the most part, try not to get ahead of that, unless you're intending to do that. All right, so let's try moving some notes around here. So just same rhythm, but I'm gonna just kind of improvise some notes, pretty much key of C here. Okay, so we took a couple examples of seed rhythms. So kind of the practice idea is to go through and maybe play all of these, maybe move from one to the next, and then get a sense for how things feel with the rhythm section in general, and work on the alternate picking. So a couple of things just technique wise, that you can focus on. Focus on taking the hand, maybe moving the whole forearm. Okay, maybe rotating a little more than moving it vertically. Okay, and maybe trying the hand a little bit, put a little more of the pick out, and try a little more of this sort of scooping motion. Okay, but the effort is to get the alternate picking going so that we can fairly consistently fall into a nice groove with the rhythm section, and especially falling in there with the drums. So all right, so let's look at a couple more and see what we can do, or at least one more. All right, so again, when it comes to eighth notes and alternate picking or economy picking, we are plucking downward on the beat and then upward between beats. And so this next one he's saying is 1 is going to be matched up with 4 here. Okay. All right, so let's get a sense for how this one sounds. So we'll start again with C. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so let's get a sense about playing along with the drums here. All right, so I'm going to mix up some notes. Okay, so different practice ideas that you can do with all that. So you can choose one note, then you can choose maybe take key of C or something that's not too difficult, and just practice kind of improvising with the limitation of those notes, and then you could work on improvising on that with a tune as well, which I'm not going to do today, but in the future I may do that. But one couple other things that I want to talk about in this talk, I want to talk about combining some of these and maybe changing some of these around, so that we can have some variety to our phrases. So let's take those 3, and I'm just going to again kind of randomly key of C, choose some notes, and play through, and I may jump around from one to the next. So this kind of gets into what is going to lead to some more musical type things, which is kind of stringing together longer phrases with varied rhythms. so there I just went two times. I went through the first one we talked about, the second one we talked about, the third one that we talked about, and then I just landed on a quarter note. You might say any one of these three, and then I just let it either stop or carried it on just that note, but no more rhythm. So then you could use that to create a phrase. So let's say now another thing that you can do too is to work on accents. So let's work on, let's say, taking some of these and maybe accenting a little bit of the ands of some of these beats. And of course we could accent anywhere, but this will give us a lot of kind of forward motion. So let's see if we can just put a little bit of an accent on the end of some of those beats. So that's another kind of exercise that we can do. Why don't, to start out with that, why don't we pick just C again? One, two, three, four. Okay, so there's an example of just kind of going through and maybe playing a little bit louder on the end of the beat to just kind of get some forward motion going. All right, so there are some practice ideas, practice concepts for us to work on. Let me know if you have any questions on any of this, but we'll continue to talk a bit more about rhythm and time and all that. So I hope the audio came through okay, and I hope everybody's having a great day and great practice session. All right, I will see you all in the next one.